So, hello everyone, and welcome to the last webinar in this series of Coming from Inner Void to Inner Voice. And thank you for being with us in all the past weeks. Um, and in the last few weeks, we have been talking of a lot about how to identify your inner void and how to, you know, kind of address it once you get to know of it. What would be the good side of it? What would be corrected in the process? So we have spoken at length about that. Now, what we want to talk about today is how do you identify whether a goal is coming from an inner voice and what would be the small pointers for that? Yeah. So one of the things that, and one of the basic things that happens when a goal is coming from an inner voice is it's like your voice says do this and this is your destination or this is a goal, and the steps to the goal start coming very easily, or the people associated with it, or the circumstances associated with it, or the situations that you are put through, or the resources that come either from within or from outside flow very naturally, flow very easily. Ideas come about very easily. Execution becomes comparatively uh, faster and easier. Random people come and either talk to you about it or come and associate themselves with that. So you know that this impetus or this desire is flowing in the right direction because it is coming from an inner voice. So the process becomes comparatively natural and easier. And hence the focus goes from the destination towards the process. So every step of the process becomes easy, and not only becomes easy, one more thing that will start happening is it will start giving you what you want to find at the destination already. If you feel that I want to feel a particular way at the end of the goal, you will start feeling that in the steps towards the goal only. And you know you don't have to wait for the goal to finish to feel that. So every step of the way is like a mini goal achieved or a mini step taken, and it gives a sense of uh, a sense of satisfaction. I will not say a sense of peace always, because if there is a day where things do not go the way you have thought about it, you feel a not very good emotion, yet there will be a sense of calm or a sense of satisfaction because you know the next day something else is going to open up and you still feel inspired to do it, or something else will come your way because of which you will want to do more of it. So you know that it is coming from an inner voice. Yeah, this is one of the indications. Gayatri, would you like to add anything in this?
One thing I want to say that as you start enjoying the process, your action plan is also something uh, being guided by your inner voice. So you kind of take, you know, inspired actions. For example, your goal says that, okay, you have to do gym. Your goal is of fitness and you have to go and work out in this way, but you don't enjoy it. So you won't do it just out of compulsion because you have to. But you will find an alternative because you may feel that, you know what, dancing makes me really, so I'm going to do it that. Or I like going to gym, but not this way, but with a friend or in a particular kind of gym. So you will take inspired action towards your goal. And you will know that maybe this didn't work for another person, but this will work for me because I know what feels true to me is how I'm stepping towards my destination. So, no compulsive actions, no forceful actions. And because you are coming from that, with the flow, you will continue to find new ideas, creative ways. So, that's
Yeah.
what when Priya says, it flows.
In fact,
If one idea does not work out, you will be okay. That good. This didn't work. That means I know that this is not how it is going to happen for me. So let me see what else can happen. So you are in acceptance with the process and every step, going forward, coming backward is that's how like the dance of life that's happening and you're flowing with it. So actions are also of that. Sorry, Priya. Yeah.
yeah. So just to add to the example of the gym and fitness, in fact, we've noticed that if suppose you start enjoying the process, then there will be situations, maybe there'll be a sudden Zumba class in your city or in your locality, and you have never thought about it, and your favorite Zumba instructor is going to be at an accessible place and just comes to you. So something like that also can start happening because you have started enjoying the process. So you might have not even thought about it. Oh, do I like it? Do I? It must be just there at the corner of the mind. I wish something like this happened, and that starts happening. So you know that you are in the flow of your feeling that I feel good doing whatever I'm doing. Yeah? So coming to the second thing is you start enjoying the process more than the destination. That is one of the clear indications that any goal is coming from an inner voice because the process becomes so beautiful and so satisfying that maybe through the way you might modify the goal only or modify the destination, or maybe it will not even matter where you reach or how the goal is going to come to you. The timelines might not matter, the timelines might become shorter. What you thought you can achieve in 6 months might happen in 3 months. Because I'm not talking of fitness, but I'm talking of other things which you thought, oh, logically, yes, this is what will happen. But things start happening faster because you are in touch with how you feel and you really feel good about it and you're amplifying that more. So they say, when you tell the universe, I want more of this feels good, I want more of this, and the universe starts giving you that. So it's like that you vibrate at that energy, and hence the process becomes very very enjoyable. So even on days when things are not okay, you're still okay with it. Even on things when it is sad, you're still okay with it. That also becomes a resource. Oh, I could actually handle this also. So nothing seems like an obstacle. Everything seems like one step of growth towards whatever you want to do. So as many people say, the destination doesn't matter, this can happen. And it can also happen that the goal is the same, but initially, like we said, it was coming from a void. And so the process used to be very difficult because you felt that when I get the goal, I'm going to achieve, I'm going to feel like this. So come what may, you would keep doing it. But now, vis-a-vis, when you compare it and say, oh, I'm doing it from a place of, feeling good about it. So the goal has not changed, but your process has changed. And the way you look at the process has changed. The way you feel about the steps in the process has changed. So the process becomes more enjoyable and the goal just kind of blurs down. If it happens, great. If I reach some other place, fine. Or if it's much better, very well. So truly, this can become a way of life. Then you don't have to set a timing for your gym schedule or fitness in a day. Your body or your feeling will say, "Oh, I didn't feel this today. I want to feel more. I want to do this." So you don't have to push yourself at a particular time to work out or hit the gym, but your body will crave for that feeling of how it feels to be in a gym or how it feels to do a fitness regime or how it feels to eat a. I'm taking the fitness example because that's what we started. Yeah. Gayatri, would you like to add anything about this, about the process, about enjoying the process?
Oh, this is good. Can go to the next one.
And the third pointer, um, like I spoke a little before, that there are times that the destination doesn't matter at all. And sometimes you're so okay with giving up what you're doing because you feel so completely satisfied with it. So you kind of exit that game only completely and say, I'm done. I have felt what I wanted to feel. I feel complete. My cup is full with it. And I don't have to play this game anymore. So there are chances that you might give up that aspect of the goal only completely. You're so okay with it. Because you know you have felt whatever you wanted to feel with that. You have experienced it completely. And you can get back to it anytime that you want. Because now you know what the process is, you know what the resources are there inside of you. And you can access it at any. So they have to kind of disappear. Sometimes the want to also disappears. And once that happens, then there are new, better things. I won't say better, but there are newer things which will come in the process. Yeah. So that's the way sometimes people up their game also. They say we up our game. No? So it's not about upping the game with a target, but it's upping the game. Uh, if I can put it, clearing that standard. You've cleared second standard, now you're going to third. So you don't want to study the first and second standard syllabus again. Something like that. Yeah. And if you want to, you enjoy doing it, you might go back. So that is also possible. Gayatri, if you have anything different to add or anything added to this.
So when we are saying that you are okay to let go of that outcome in a particular manner or any part of the outcome, because that outcome does not define who you are when it comes from your inner voice. Your self-worth does not depend on your accomplishment or your failure. You say, I played, some parts of it happened, some parts of it did not happen. This is what I learned, and this is how I grow out of this. And this is what I want to carry forward. So it just becomes part of the process, not the filter through which you look a certain way. So you own up the goal, you own up the process, you own up your success, failure, both, but still you are detached from it. So you enjoy it to the fullest when you have succeeded. You celebrate it, but you are able to complete it and stand in the neutrality again when you are connected to your inner voice.
This takes
So
me
that,
to
hmm,
this takes me to a dialogue from one of the series which I watched recently. So there's this group which has won a competition, and the teacher is standing, and the students who have won the competition come and say, "Oh, we need to celebrate." So she says, "Celebrate to the fullest tonight, and celebrate in such a way that you forget that you have won. Tomorrow is a new page." So with the inner voice, or with the sense of accomplishment, uh, of of the process, of the steps of the process, feeling good about it, and then going to the next. So these are the few things that we feel uh, can take you from uh, you know living life from an inner void to being inspired about taking actions which come from your inner voice, or anything which comes from your inner voice. Of course, again, this is a process. There is no hard and fast rule that always every something comes from an inner void or something comes from. But what happens in this process of awareness, like Gayatri was speaking some time back, is the process of awareness. And the process becomes much more enjoyable, uh, much more connected to your emotions, and much more connected to your sense of self. And isn't that the process of living? Isn't there, isn't that where the joy of living comes from those ups and downs and good emotions, bad emotions, the successes, failures? So then the process does not come from a mental space, but from both, connected to the heart and the mind and the body. So we would like to leave you, Gayatri, if you really want to add something, but we really would like to leave you with this thought that in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks, from wherever you started, where you jotted down goals which come from an inner void, what has changed for you in this process of these 3 weeks? Notice that it's not after this, because a lot must have happened in these last 3 weeks only, and they will be pointing you towards your inner voice. So, of course, after today, I think you will find more clarity and you will go back to see where the process has been easier for you. But the process has happened in the last 3 weeks. If you just sit back and introspect, you will surely get pointers of where things have come easily and naturally and in a more enjoyable manner, in a more, full of energy manner. So, Gayatri, would you like to add something?
I think that's it. Like if you start noticing what has altered for you, and how you can actually sit with, your inner void and be okay with it. Because this is the process of life, and uh, probably um, maybe I'm speaking for you all at this point. But if you have done these exercises very honestly with yourself, you must have touched one desire which is the most important for you. And if any part of that desire is not happening, you must have thought that maybe this is coming from the void. And maybe part of it or completely that is coming from the void, because uh, it is also source of our desires, right? And the desire is something that gives us impetus to create something and live something. So we are not saying that we should drop the desire. But at times, when you sit with all of this, that one most important desire, if not coming from your inner voice at all, if it is not meant to be in your life, if you allow this entire process to, if you allow yourself to go through this, one thing will happen for sure, that what is not supposed to happen for you will stop bothering you, because you come into acceptance of it, that this is not for me, either now or in this timeline or in this lifetime. And with that, the peace can begin. And that is also a journey, like what Priya is saying, that this is a journey. So whichever part of your goal or desire is not supposed to happen the way you want, and it is not supposed to happen that way, that is also a part of your journey. And nothing of this is a punishment, is where you'll reach. That I think we can speak for sure. That's the beauty of, sitting with this and identifying your void and committing yourself to work on it. Nobody can guarantee that your void will go away in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 2 months, or you will be willing to let go of your goal, which is coming out of void, just tomorrow. Maybe you will spend your one entire lifetime around one void and learning and growing through it. And yet it is a very important part of your journey. So, allow yourself to uh, find those parts of you in the void. Because if that desire is not going away and you are aware that that void is still there, you don't have to force yourself to go to the inner voice immediately. Nothing will go away until it has served its purpose. That means you have learned what you were supposed to learn, and you have gained the resource that you were supposed to gain. So if it is not going away, again, it is not a bad news. It is a good news. There is something there for you. That's why you're sticking around. So that's the reason we started this topic at the beginning of the year, so that when you start with your goals, you allow yourself to go through any experience throughout the journey of that goal. So sit with this and don't take this as end of this process, but the beginning of this process. Because this one topic can be kept as a reminder throughout the year when you take any goal, work on anything. And you will keep on finding different aspects of it. That was the whole reason we did this at the beginning of the year. Thank you.
Coming to that, I think mostly next month we will be doing, mostly, we will be doing something around conscious creation. Because now we know why we want what we want. So that will lay a better foundation, or this month will lay a better foundation for that consciousness. That's what we are aiming at. I think with that we come to the end of today's topic.
Yeah.
We can stop the recording and take the sharing up then.